first time when I really noticed my mental health being an issue is when I had to take my college auditions, and it was during a time where I was still at home during a pandemic and everything was in my bedroom. So my auditions, my lessons, and just school was all in the same place. As young musicians, or I'll say young artists, we often forget to prioritize the importance of our mental health. So here I'm going to share my tips and tricks of how I managed my mental health while in college. Tip number one is time management. Time management is really important as young artists because not only does it keeps us organized with getting everything done in our to-do list, but it also teaches us how to take time out for ourselves, which is very important. Here's an example of my weekly schedule. So I like to schedule in like my regular classes and rehearsals, but also I like to schedule in lunch and when I'm going to eat dinner. Most of the time I don't really schedule in dinner. I just try to squeeze in dinner where I have free time. So normally it's around late evenings. My practice times and lessons, I make sure I have a break between there so I can be the most productive for my next class and also once again recharge. Alongside with my regular daily schedule, I also like to create just a practice schedule. So I divide my practices into 3 blocks. I first start off with a warm-up, which consists of scales, left hand independent, and Stradiak. And I do that for about hour and a half, depending on how my playing is. And then I take a break. I think it's very important for me to take a break so I can just start fresh and I'm not straining my muscles. And the second, I have another block for like repertoire depending on what I need to work on. So normally I would do my classical, my Bach, my Mozart violin concertos, but if I'm busy with other stuff, I like to do my chamber and orchestral music on block 2 since it's still earlier in the day and I'm not as tired and I can be the most productive. And block 3 is my repertoire, my main repertoire. So my Paganini Caprices, my concertos, and I like to save that for my late evening practices. For me, I'm a night owl, so I try to put all of my best work later in the day and have the most energy. One thing that helped me was establishing a morning routine. One thing I love to do is skincare. I like to stretch and also get, haircuts. It makes me feel like a brand new person every time I, get my haircut. One thing that I like to do every single morning and something I like to do as a stress reliever is a simple skincare routine. And today I'll be showing you a little insider of my skincare routine and what works for me. First, I like to start with some lukewarm water and just try to dampen my face. After my face is nice and wet, I like to take my washcloth and wet it and start to encourage myself to wash the cleaner off my face. So I'll set it to the side. Next, I will show you guys my cleanser I like to use. So I use this for my face and body and it's been working really well. You can find this at your Target, maybe beauty store, I'm not sure. But it's called Dr. Bronzer's Pure Castor Soap. So here it goes. And now that it's all on your face, I like to take my rag, wet it a little more. And my rag I like to go around. And I like to really get around the nose since black hair starts to build there. So now that my face is nice and rinsed off and all the soap is off, I like to pat it dry. Now that my face is dry, I like to just let it sit for a little bit, let everything soak in. So one of the beauties about this soap is that it strips all of the oils and cleans your face. So it's really important to moisturize your face after you're done. So after I'm done and it's about dry, I like to go with my moisturizer, my daily moisturizing lotion. You can find the whole line of this at Target as well. This is very popular and it works really well for my skin. After that's done, you're pretty much to go. And I put some cocoa butter or just some normal Vaseline on the lips, just to moisturize them, because you did clean your lips as well as with your face. So we're about done. So it's nice and clean. Since I live on the East Coast and now it is winter time, something I like to do as a bonus, since the weather gets really cold and it's dry, I like to use the same cocoa butter or Vaseline, and I take a little bit and I use that on my face as a sealant for the moisturizer or the lotion that we just used. So just take it, not too much, just glowing. So thank you guys for listening to my skincare routine. Also note that just because this works for me doesn't mean that it works for everyone, so I encourage you to play around with different products and different treatments and find what best works for you, and you'll find that this is very therapeutic and also, you know, as a stress reliever. As a performance major, one thing that's really important as well is physical health. So making sure that you exercise, like I said, stretch, and also just breathing and meditating, and make sure you hydrate. Not the Dasani, but just quality spring water. My next tip is getting out more. One thing that I like doing here in LA is going to the beach at least once a week. It helps me clear my head. One of my favorite things to do during break time is to watch Insecure on HBO Max, which is actually free for USC students. So I take advantage of that and watch my favorite show. So this is what I do on break time. One musical thing you can do to help you is playing music outside of your normal practice routine, such as improvising, arranging, and just enjoying your craft. The principle of it is to have fun, not to stress. So next time when you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed, go back to the basics and remember to take very good care of your mental health.